Hi everyone, this is Angie Wong and I'm president of Legacy PAC. I just want to thank all of our followers. We're close to 100,000 followers on Facebook and we've only been around for a few short months. So thank you again. I'm going to ask you for your continued support leading up to 2024. Please donate to legacy-pac.org. That's legacy-pac.org. Thank you and we'll see you on the campaign trail.
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald with Veterans for Trump. I want to explain to my viewers, I downloaded an update for Zoom and it malfunctioned, so you're not seeing my video. But fortunately, our guest today, Rebecca Yardley, who is the ninth congressional district leader, her video is working fine. And this is an endorsement interview for Veterans for Trump. How are you today, Rebecca?
I'm great, Stan. Thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate you and the effort you're making here in Georgia. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about your background?
Sure. I'm currently the chairwoman of the 9th District Republican Party, which encompasses 14 counties that make up the northeast portion of our state of Georgia. I've been a grassroots activist for 30 years, starting at the precinct level and working my way to where I am now, as well as being a member of the state committee. I'm a mom to two daughters, a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old daughter, and I'm married to a wonderful man named Chris.
And I'd also like to point out to our viewers, Rebecca is a grassroots legend here in Georgia, and she has one of the most impressive, sorry for the wrong wording, the most impressive rollout of endorsements I've seen in Georgia's history when you look back. I mean, you have a ton of county chairs and grassroots leaders. You have a lot of Trump people, grassroots leaders on your rollout. So the eyes of the nation have been watching Georgia these last couple cycles. We've lost some significant Senate runoffs with Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, and now Herschel Walker. So the question people in Georgia and across the country who pump money into Georgia are going to ask is what are your plans for fixing that so we do better with our elections here in Georgia?
Yeah. So our campaign has developed what we call a four-part strategy known as the BASE strategy. And what that strategy is bridging the gap, accountable finances, support for our county parties, and of course, the most important thing we as Republicans are supposed to be doing, which is engaging and educating our voters. And so we know that here in Georgia, people have lost the confidence of the Georgia Republican Party. We've got to rebuild that trust, and it begins with us working with our grassroots, our elected officials, and our donor base to bring all of our resources to the table so that we can work cohesively together to defeat Democrats in 2024. The A is accountable finances. The Georgia Republican Party should be run like a business, and you, our grassroots activists, are our stakeholders. And so what that means is that you should know where every dollar is coming from and how every dollar is being spent. And under my leadership, that's exactly what will happen, because I believe transparency is key. The S of our program is making sure that our counties have all the tools they need in their toolkit to be successful. We know that Republicanism is not a one-size-fits-all. What works in Fulton County or Cobb County is not going to work in a Ben Hill or a Liberty or a Thomas County in rural South Georgia. And so we've got to tailor our fight, our get out the vote efforts to each of those individual counties and make sure that they have what they need to be successful. And then finally, educating our voters. And we do that a couple of ways. One is through minority engagement, which I know is a cliche term, but we as the Republican Party here in Georgia, we fail in that department, because what we do is during election time, we knock on the doors of our minority communities. We say, hey, we need your vote. And then we insult them by never, ever gracing the doorsteps of their communities again. We've got to build relationships, invite them to have kitchen table conversations with us, and start the conversations so that they know we want to build a relationship with them and welcome them into our tent. We also have to have a robust absentee ballot chase program. We can ill afford as the party to leave any votes on the field, and we must ensure that we are actively engaging every vote that is out there. And we've got to do a better job of working with our young people. The youth of our nation are going to be the future of this party. We've got to work with them. And as a mom of a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old, we have very candid conversations in my household of what that looks like and how we fail as the Republican Party for not using the technology we have available to us. And so those are the basis of our platform and how we rebuild the Georgia party apparatus here to be successful.
And Rebecca, you certainly have a strong plan. We've researched it and it should work. My final question to you is, as we are Veterans for Trump and Veterans for America First, we do have an America First agenda. There's been some polarization here in Georgia, and I do believe that you're someone who could unify the splits in our party. We've worked very hard at my organization to help do that during the last governor's election. And I think we've gotten more people out to vote working as a team here in Georgia than we did with Kelly and David when a lot of people stayed home. So you're going to motivate both sides of those Republican benches. And so can you please tell us a little bit about your thoughts on President Trump and our America First agenda?
Sure. I think that President Trump did an excellent job when he was the president of our country. I supported him in 2016. I supported him in 2020. And if he is our nominee in 2024, and I am the state party chairman in that capacity, I will be supporting him as well. Because here's the bottom line. The role of the Georgia Republican Party chairman is not to be involved in the primary process. The primary process is there for our stakeholders, our grassroots activists, to make their voice heard as to who they want to be their representative. My job as the chairman of the state Republican Party is to get behind whoever that nominee is and pull them over the finish line in the general election to make sure we're defeating Democrats. And if he is our nominee in 2024, I look forward to proudly putting my support behind him and making sure he ends up at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well, there you have it. Rebecca, I am able to announce this morning that Veterans for Trump has endorsed you for state chair. And we appreciate your effort to get the vote out, to have a plan to fix what's broken in Georgia, and to stand behind the presidential nominee. So we appreciate you and thank you for coming on, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Stan.
You're welcome. Take care now.